Hey guys, this is AI Gaming 1776. I am playing the open beta for the Division with a GTX 960. It is a 2 gigabyte EVGA GTX 960 for the Win edition, so that's a big old mouthful. I've got MSI Afterburner in the upper left hand corner and I have Fraps in the upper right hand corner. I am recording with a separate computer, so there shouldn't really be much impact on frame rate. And what else can I tell you? VRAM usage is very interesting. When you use a 4 gigabyte GTX 960 in the high preset, which we are playing at the high preset, it uses 3.4 gigs of VRAM. Yet here we are using just about half of that on the 2 gig card with the exact same settings. And it looks good too. I'd almost say it looks better on this card. So here's something to put in your pipe and smoke. I have two EVGA GTX 960s. One is a 4 gigabyte superclock, one is a 2 gigabyte for the Win. So they are not apples to apples, but they're both 960s, 960 core. They're both EVGA, and yet they make different looking images, if you will. This one usually makes a better looking image. And part of me wonders if it's because it's a for the Win card and it has the custom PCB. But the thing is, I had a 4 gigabyte for the Win card for a while too, and it did not even look as good as this one. This would probably be the perfect GTX 960 if it had 4 gigs of VRAM, but it doesn't. So maybe I'll glue 2 more gigs on and see how that goes. Obviously, you can't do that. It's a joke. I'm kidding. But seriously, this image quality is just really, really good. It's just lacking the VRAM. So anyway, let us do this mission. I don't think there's a hard difficulty for this one yet. And I'm losing my voice a little bit, so I barely have any water here. I'll probably clear my throat a time or two throughout the video. I apologize in advance. That would be the first one right there. All right, so yeah, what's interesting to me is different games behave differently. Okay, you follow me? Different games behave differently. All right, how far into this mission is this group? I started trying to make this video a minute ago, and the group that I was with. Oh, wow. Okay, they're down there. I didn't know you could see the guys from here. Okay. They're barely into it. They're into it, but barely. Here, let me mute these guys. Great. All right. I'll show you we're in 1080p high preset. I'll go through the graphics later. Right now I want to catch up with my group. I don't want to be that bad of a teammate. But anyway, different games behave differently. Okay, some games, if you don't have a decent amount of VRAM, they stutter and they play very badly, and they're basically crap. But some games, like this is appearing to do, play just fine when you play with less VRAM. Remember, it's two GTX 960s, a 4 gigabyte superclock, and a 2 gigabyte for the Win. And this is playing just fine. Just so you know, the 960, it doesn't get that great of a frame rate. I mean, we're at 60 now for the frame rate. But you saw it does go into the 40s and 50s. This game is a little bit demanding. I would say the high preset is about as high as I recommend for this card. Let's see if I can get that guy before he flanks us. Where you at, buddy? Oh, teammate got him. See, look at this. We're only using half of that 3.4 gigs of VRAM that the other card was using. But yeah, no, this is a very interesting thing that I've seen. Look how good this looks. This is a very interesting thing that I have seen in games. Grand Theft Auto 5. That game uses a lot of VRAM. But if you put a 2 gigabyte GTX 960 in, it plays it just fine. It plays it just freaking fine. You know what? That's one of the games where you can tell it's not loading everything in You can tell, you can put in Grand Theft Auto 5, use a GTX 960 2 GB card, and you tell that 2 GB card in that game, you say, hey, please use very high textures. And guess what? It won't really use very high textures. It won't do it. You'll think it used very high textures because you picked it and it let you pick it, but it didn't really load them up. Like when you look at the game, you can tell. You're like, hey, wait a minute. These aren't the very high textures. And the game plays great on the 2 GB card. So some games play like crap on the 2 GB card. Some games play incredibly well on the 2 GB card. Look how well this is playing. Smooth gameplay, good frame rate, great image quality. I have the gamma turned up kind of high. I can turn the gamma down a notch. Ooh. Let's get some ammo, even though I don't really need it. There's something about this mission where sometimes it really feels like they are not putting all of the enemies into it, if that makes sense. Sometimes I play this and there's a ton of enemies to fight, and sometimes I play this mission and there's like no one to fight. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on. This is the new mission. It was just introduced in the open beta. See if I can shoot anybody before my teammates kill them all. See, the first couple times I played this, there were way more enemies in this. Do you see this? There's like no enemies. Now, I've posted multiple videos. My R9 380 videos can very clearly show more enemies than this. So, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the beta and it's just being funky. Who knows? But yeah, the 2 GB card, we're not even using all 2 gigs. So let me talk to you about that a little bit, okay? If I can even see, I turned the brightness down, but so it wouldn't be too bright for you guys, but now I'm having trouble seeing a little bit. Okay, so there's 3 different ways. I kind of said there were 2 ways, but now that I think about it, there are 3 different ways that VRAM behavior can go down, okay? So sometimes you play your game, like I've said before, plays just fine on the 4 gig card. You put the 2 gig card in, it plays like crap. The only thing different that you've really done is you're using only 2 gigs of VRAM. So then it plays like crap because the game really wants you to have more VRAM. And then there's other times where the game's playing just fine like this. So I already said those 2 things. Here is the third behavior that I forgot to outline. Am I even? Yeah, I guess I am hitting the guy. Numbers are coming out of him, so I'm hitting him. So here is the third behavior. See how this is only using 1.8 gigabytes of VRAM? All right, sometimes as soon as you put the 2 GB card in, it is pegged at a full 2048 for the VRAM usage. So the full 2 gigs is getting sucked up. When you play Just Cause 3 with the 2 gig card, the game's like, oh, all I'm going to get is 2 gigs? Okay, fine. I'm going to use all 2 gigs. And I was expecting this to behave the same way, but it's not. It's not. It's only using 1.8. Now, the only reason I can think of that it's only using 1.8 is because it's not loading all of the settings. Or, see, there should be more bad guys here. Huh. There should still be more bad guys here. Somebody put a sentry gun in front of the monster closet. That's pretty funny. Whoa. Now, maybe this game doesn't even need that much VRAM. Maybe the way this game is programmed is if there's extra VRAM, it just uses more VRAM for no good reason other than the fact that it can. Maybe. Yeah, there's like no bad guys here. There should have been 2 more waves of bad guys just in this area. So something is fishy. Something is fishy. Look how good this looks. So yeah, we're not using all 2 gigs of VRAM. Like I said, Just Cause 3, you put in this 2 GB card, and it's pegged at 2048 usage up in that upper left-hand corner. All right? It's pegged 2048, just screaming its little head off. 2048. But you look at this, it's 1.78 to 1.783. Sometimes it goes up to 1.8. So something is amiss. The game is not using that much VRAM. Now, this is a beta, guys. This is a beta. The retail version of the game, will it play this way with the 2GB 960? I don't know. And anyone that says they know, I mean, maybe they do, but as far as I'm concerned, I kind of have the belief that you don't know until you know. So you don't know until the retail version is out. Okay, what is happening? I can't even see the bad guys. Oh. Well, I'm getting experience points, plus 51, so I'm getting experience points for this. I have a teammate who's throwing a sentry gun in front of the monster closet so that as soon as... Oh, wait a minute, they're over here. As soon as the bad guys run out of the little room, the sentry gun takes them out. I guess that's kind of clever. Alright, they're going to come out of here next. And after they come out of here, then the boss comes. Still, this mission, even before we got to this room, went pretty easy. Pretty easily. Easily would be the adverb. It's 1 in the morning, guys. I'm benchmarking 8 different graphics cards with the 960. Not the 960. I'm benchmarking this game with 8 different graphics cards. So yes, 1 in the morning. Trying to get this done before the beta's over with. Beta will be over with tomorrow. However, wow, we already beat this. This is incredible. So the beta... Is there anything else in here? This was ridiculous. This was like not even fun. There was no challenge to this whatsoever. Watch my videos where I go to the hospital. Way more challenging than this mission it keeps turning out to be. In my other videos, I've been saying that this mission can be hard, but honestly, it's only been hard once. There was one time where this mission was hard. Anyway, it's 1 in the morning. I have to hurry up and get this done before the weekend's over. Oh, I know, I was going to say, they do maintenance on the servers. So, and they normally do the maintenance on the servers around this time. And I've definitely, like last night, I was trying to record videos, and I got booted from the game. And it's like, yeah, the servers are down. Which, here's what happens. So you're playing the game, and once they decide to do maintenance, the servers go down, and you get kicked out. So when the retail version of the game comes out, is that going to happen? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it will. If it does, it's going to be pretty lame. If that's like a daily thing you can count on. Because there's going to be some people that basically are going to get screwed. There's 24 hours in a day. And I was reading the forum. Here, I'll show you guys the settings. There's 24 hours in a day. And I was reading the forum. And when the maintenance happens for me around 1 or 2 in the morning, in Europe, it's like late morning, early afternoon. So the Europeans were like, dude, it's the middle of the day on the weekend and the servers are down, and they were complaining about it. So point being, if the servers go down all around the world once a day, every day, it's going to screw it. It's going to screw somebody. There's going to be somebody who can never play this game. You know what I mean? I say never, but the maintenance has been 3 hours. So let's say you get home from work at I don't know, 5 or 6 o'clock, and you got to have dinner, this, that, and the other. You got to go to bed early enough to get ready for work and whatever. If that 3-hour server maintenance window happens at the right time, you won't really get to get invested in the game. So point being, hopefully maintenance is not a daily thing. Oh, hard. Am I in the red zone? What's up with this red line? Oh, that is this red zone, or is this leaving the beta area? Okay, let's look at the map and see out of curiosity. Okay. So we get to be here for the beta. And then there's some dark zone or whatever. Yeah, I think it is dark zone where I get to go in the beta. But I don't get to go to any of this stuff. And then I wonder, will the retail game have more than this? This does not look very big. This does not look very big. I don't know, guys. I like the game, but there's a lot of questions, a lot of unanswered questions. So anyway, hope this video has been helpful for you. This has been AI Gaming 1776. It's playing just fine on a 2 gig card. It's only using 1.8 gigs of VRAM. It's a very pleasing image. You cannot choose textures in this demo, to my knowledge. You go to video, I don't see anything about texture. You go to visuals, I don't see anything about texture. You go to graphics, I don't see anything about texture. Do you see texture, the word texture in here anywhere? I don't see it. And I'll get to my point. I wonder if it's bundled in. No, because you can do custom. All right, user interface, visuals, audio, party. Here, I'm gonna leave the group. They're probably waiting on me for some reason or another, so I'm gonna leave the group. All right. What I was wondering when I was looking at those cars, the cars did not look as good as normal. So it had me wondering if maybe lower textures have been loaded. The thing is, you cannot pick lower textures. But these textures still don't look bad on the cars. And then see how there's reflection in the paint. I forget. Can you break windows? No, you can't really break windows. You can just spider web them, but they won't really break. It's stupid. Yeah, and then even if you shoot a light out, you can shoot lights out, but they come right back on. Watch. See? They're going to come right back on. So they're stupid. Anyway, I don't know. I can't quite put my thumb on it. It doesn't look the same as it does on the 4 gigabyte 960. In some ways, I think aesthetically it is more appealing to look at. But in other ways, I almost feel like it might be inferior. Maybe some of the shadows aren't loading. I don't know, but we're only using 1.8 gigs of VRAM. Anyway, this video is of the open beta. And who knows how the retail copy is going to play. Who knows how long this video is actually going to remain relevant when you think about it. There was a closed beta a couple weeks ago. Now there's this. And then the game comes out in, I don't even think it's 2 more weeks. About 2 more weeks. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Again, hope this video has been helpful for you. This has been AI Gaming 1776. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. I do AMD, NVIDIA, 1080p, 1440p. I try to do high-end, low-end, medium-end. Try to cover everything. So check out my channel. You can see how other graphics cards play this game, not just the 2. You can see the 4 gigabyte 960, which is where I got that 6. You can see the 4 gigabyte version of this card for yourself and see if you think that looks different. You can see the R9 380 4 gigabyte, and then I even have 8 gigabytes versions of the 390 and 390X, and then I have a 6 gigabyte 980 Ti. So all up in the mix, So check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Have yourselves an excellent day.